Okay, hello everyone. Hello, welcome to today's session. Thank you all for attending and for taking the time to join us this afternoon. How has your fifth week been? Is everything going okay? How are you finding the lesson so far? Please feel free to share in the comments. Or maybe do you have any concerns or are you enjoying the lessons?
Hello, everyone. Happy
Hi
to see you
everyone.
today.
Okay, hi, welcome, Michael. Hello. Yes, I hope that everyone has been enjoying the course so far because we still have one more week left. So hang in there. We believe in you and we know that you can complete the course. So today with the other team members, we have Eka, Amelia, Maya, Sophia, and also myself, Atma, who will be accompanying you to host today's session, where we are going to have a live Q&A session about social media management. So this is a great opportunity for all of you social media management enthusiasts to ask our guest speakers directly questions and gain more insights from her. So I hope that you have also watched all the recordings and found many insightful pieces of information there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A box, not in the comment section, so that our team can help you and relay your questions directly to our guest speaker today. So let's make today's session a memorable one. Okay, before we start, while we wait others to join, I would like to introduce you to our guest speaker for today's live Q&A sessions. Her name is Yekaterina Denisova, also known as Kate. She's an expert in social media management and has a wealth of experience in this field. So she's the CEO, founder, and creator of a well-known international creative agency called Shakova Media. And this agency has successfully handled numerous renowned clients, including companies like eBay, AstraZeneca, Royal Canin, Otis, Wine State, Supermotorica, and such 7 airlines with more than 100 projects implemented and 10,000 leads arrived to their clients. So Kate is undoubtedly an expert in social media management, developing strategies, design, content plan, analytics, promotions, and many more. So I believe that we can gain valuable insights from her today. Please pay attention, take notes, and feel free to ask any questions you may have. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to our guest speaker today. Hello, Kate.
Hello, guys. I'm so excited to see you today finally. And I want to tell you that each of our online classes is a little party for me because I like your questions. I like how live, exciting, and interesting all our live classes go. And I like the number of participants of today. We are like a lot of us here, 132 already. Oh my God, that's amazing. So hello, I see everything you write me here in the chat. So I want to tell you warm welcome. And how our class will go today. So there are a lot of us. I want to answer as many questions as possible. So what will we do? I will pay like 10 minutes to slightly revise the material, look at your home task, give my comments, and then all the time we will dedicate only to your questions. So right now, as I will be revising the material and telling you some details of the home task, please make sure to ask all your questions in the Q&A box. And that's how I will see them and I will answer every single one of them. So let's go. Let's have a look at your home task. There were 4 models at this course that we created all together. I will share my screen with you just a second. And I will have a look at the home task I have here. As I have understood, nobody has time to do model 4 home task, yeah, about Reels. Was it like lack of time for you to complete this home task? because I see home task for model number 1, I see home task for model number 2 and 3, and nothing for model 4. Was it like too complicated? Yeah, just let me know in the chat. You had no opportunity to try to create reels. Yeah, it's a really hard thing. I have submitted task number 4 last night. Oh, okay, just last night, so we didn't have an opportunity to check it. Yes, because the limited time. Okay, I see. In the process of making it. Okay. I haven't done task model number 4. Okay, if you create your reels, I will be super happy to see them. So you can send these reels to my Instagram, for example, or tag my Instagram, and that's how I can check your reels and participate in the creation of it. So if you have time to create video reels, please make sure to add me, to link me at these reels, and I will have a look at it, okay? Time too short. Yeah, I know, because sometimes when I'm creating reels, I need a week to do it, and sometimes even more if I have some complicated idea. So please, when you publish your reels, your first reels after our course, make sure to link me. I will be super happy for you. So let's go to model 1 and task number 1. I will remind you a little bit what we were doing there. As I remember, we were analyzing client's account, and we have a special template here for everybody to do it. And actually, everything is fine. I checked this home test. You did absolutely beautiful work here with a template. Tell me, was everything clear? No questions on this point? Do you understand what exactly should we analyze at the client's account or the potential client account? Any questions on this field? Tell us your Instagram, Kate. Oh, my Instagram is quite easy. I will write it down right now. Just a second. Here it is. You can find me on Instagram with this strange name, and please tag me at your reels, and I will be happy to check them. So if you have any questions about auditing client's account, please write them anywhere you want. For example, at the Q&A box, or I will check the chat right now if you have it. But I think no questions should be mentioned here, because template is absolutely crystal clear. The main thing where you need to draw your attention is about conclusions. And we can see that here conclusions are quite full and everything is written okay. I want to underline that in the conclusions, it would be nice to write how you can help the account, what you exactly can do to improve this account, to improve this client. What are your ideas? If I have any extra ideas about bloggers, about any publications, about any reels, so if I have any idea about the account and I really understand that this idea will help to improve the account, I write this idea in the conclusions and try to draw all the attention of my potential client to the conclusions part. So no questions here. Let's go forward just a second. Model 1 and the task number, I think 2, was a little bit more complicated. You needed to analyze client's target audience, but I still think that it was quite very well done. I have this neural task. My client is a coffee shop in Indonesia. Their Instagram, however, is Arabica Indonesia. They have several outlets in Jakarta and Bali. I checked their account. It's really beautiful. So this is a nice choice. And there are a couple of target audience. We have here busy people, remote worker, people on diet, coffee lovers, tourists and travelers. I don't understand why you don't put here any kind of families, families of children, people who want to have chili breakfast at the weekend. I think we also need this target audience here. I don't know. You might know better target audience of this account, but as for me, Also, we go to the coffee shop not only because we are busy, because we want to have a fast drink, but also because we want to enjoy life, talk with our friends, take our family to the family breakfast, and etc. The pains of busy people are all right, needs are okay. Pains of remote workers and needs are also very well written. They don't have a place to work or have meetings and fast internet connection. And also remote workers are just exhausted from working from home, because when you work from home on a daily basis, 7 days in a week, 24 hours a day, you hate this place. That's why remote workers want to change the atmosphere, and that's why they like to, surf around the area, and every day of the week they prefer to go to the new place just to change the atmosphere. As I'm a remote worker, we work 100% remotely. I can understand that our home is beautiful, but it's impossible to spend there the majority of your life. That's why remote workers also want to go to the coffee shop just to change the atmosphere, to see something new. People on diet. Okay. Most of the coffee options contain high sugar and high calories. This is interesting. This is a pain. Yes, need is people who are on diet want to enjoy delicious coffee while still maintaining their diet. It is your target audience only if this coffee shop offers some sugar-free desserts. If no, this is not your target audience. This is important because yes, people on diet might go to the coffee shop, and they are part of your target audience if this coffee shop can offer something special for them. Coffee lovers, for sure, yes. Tourists and traveler, not familiar with the location of the mall, and it's also far from tourist attractions. They need coffee shop around tourist area, but not in the small and open early morning, so they have their morning coffee and breakfast. Yes, so I will work a little bit more in details with people on diet, and also I will add here some kind of families and chill friends who come to coffee shop to enjoy the life. Okay, do you have any questions about model number 1? I do put families in my task. Very well, Evie. I think once we see the Instagram of the Percent Arabica Coffee, the family with small kids is not the target audience, more suitable for family with teenager, as coffee is not usual for small kids here. This is a very interesting and controversial thing, because as you have seen, I think so, at the lesson, I have an example of my client who had coffee shop. And when I started to work with this client, I was sure that family with kids, and the client was sure that families with kids is the main target audience of this coffee shop. But in 3 months, when we created all the content strategy and people started coming to our coffee shop, we figured out that families with kids disturb remote workers, because remote workers, who also represent the majority of our target audience, they need a calm place to work. And families with kids is the most noisy audience you can imagine. So the problem was that these two target audience were fighting each other interests. And the business owner of the coffee shop needed to make a decision. Should we choose families with kids as the main target audience, or should we choose the remote workers? And he made the decision to have remote workers at the majority of target audience. And that's why we deleted all the content about families, kids, family breakfast, and etc., to stop families with kids coming to our coffee shop, because they were disturbing remote workers. So here, this is a long answer to the comment of Delhi. You should ask the business owner who of this target audience he wants in the majority to have. Because some of the coffee shops would say, oh, we don't need remote workers because they spend a lot of time in the coffee shop. They sip one coffee for 4 hours and they don't buy anything. They might not like them. And families with kids, normally they buy more than one meal, different drinks, etc., etc. But yes, they are noisy. Yes, you should be able to adopt dishes to different tastes of different kids, because some of kids don't eat, I don't know, eggs, others don't drink milk, and etc. They are more complicated to work with, but still. So here the answer to this comment, again, I will revise the comment. I think once we see the Instagram of the Arabic office, the family with small kids is not the target audience, more suitable for families with teenager. We should ask the owner, whom do they want to attract? Because for families with kids, with small kids, they also need special breakfast and etc. If they don't have this special breakfast, if this breakfast are created only for adults, of course, families with teenager is more suitable. But if they have kids menu, you need to work with families with kids. So it's a little bit complicated here. Yeah, we also need our business owner to participate in this discussion. We can't describe our target audience only based on our knowledges. The business owner should give us some insights. Please review mine, Katerina, please review mine too. Okay, I can review only home tasks I have here, and I have like just 5 home tasks. They don't send me all of them, so I will review everything I have on my document, okay? I agree that Percent Arabica actually didn't target family for kids, as the menu is limited to adult and coffee is not kids friendly. They serve limited pastries, but there is no kids meals menu. Okay, that's why family with kids will not go for them. Definitely. Most of coffee shop not for kids. I think it depends from the place. For example, here in Georgia, where I am located now, the target audience of the coffee shops have kids, a lot of them. And that's why coffee shops need to offer something for children too. That's why, except coffee, every coffee shop here has a cacao in their menu and family breakfast and etc. Just because here, a lot of people who moved from Russia to Georgia, they moved with family. So the majority of the target audience has family, and we need to feed somewhere our children. I have a son. I can't go to the coffee shop alone and have my breakfast. I need to take him with me, and my husband, of course. That's why I go to the coffee shop where they offer breakfasts. Now, do the business owners always know their target audience? Maybe it's different culture between each location. Yeah, definitely it's different culture between each location. I would say, for example, in Russia, in the city center of Moscow, the majority of coffee shop will be only for remote workers and for just workers, no kids menu. But here in Georgia, as it's like a family country, they have this menu for everyone. It definitely depends from different culture. Screen problem, just a second. I'm just not opening yet any screens. What do you see on the screen? Do you see home task now? What screen problem do we have? Yes, you see home task, yeah? Now you can see, okay. No problem, thank you. This is a good question. Do the business owners always know their target audience? If the business is big or medium, they know their target audience, especially if they are experienced people. But if it's a startup, if they just started their business, they might not know their target audience, but they should have some at least ideas to work about them, at least any kind of analysis. So normally, business owner approximately can imagine their target audience. It might help us a lot. Yeah, we need to zoom this this part. Here we go with a little bit of zoom. So my client is a coffee shop in Jakarta called Arabica Indonesia. This is again this coffee shop, yeah. Has an iconic building. It's bright, well, it's also served a drive to the others. Yeah. So who are the target audience? Professionals, limited time to relax and recharge, amidst a hectic schedule, struggling to find a peaceful environment to work efficiently. Freelancers, lack of inspiring workplaces, this is good. Outside of home, seeking a stimulation environment to boost creativity and focus, good. Yes, the needs are okay here and there. Students, Sports with access to quality refreshments, cozy and living atmosphere. Okay. Groups of friends, tourists, content creators, and where are coffee lovers? These people who normally go to coffee shop because they just like coffee. We definitely need them. And for these people, we should offer the variety of different coffee mixtures, blends, and all of the things. I think coffee lovers for here is also the target audience we definitely need to mention. So all other is absolutely correct and fine. And yeah, coffee lovers, we definitely need them. Yeah, sure. Will it be fine to compare their account to other in the same niche? Upon analyzing client's Instagram account, would it be fine to compare their accounts to other in the same niche? I would say it might be okay to compare the account. If you understand why do you want to compare, what do you want to take from this comparison? We don't need to copy accounts we have analyzed. We don't need to copy our competitors. But if we see some idea in the niche which might work for us too, as we have the same niche, we can compare how we create this idea and we can copy or adopt it. Even adopt is a little bit better than copy because original always work better. Could you tell about how to make weekly or monthly analysis report of clients' performance and what is let's take this question to the Q&A box, okay? Ronnie, take your question to the Q&A box. I will answer it later. The coffee brand not use coffee or cafe. So when we search on the Google for cafe or coffee shops, they don't appear. Okay. So I think for model 1, we discussed everything we wanted. Let's go to model 2. This is a long homework revise we have today, but I think it's okay because it's useful. Task number 1, let's have check it. The content planning. Okay, model 2 was about content plan, and I want just to revise here that our content plan should be based on our target audience interests and needs and on the products we want to sell to this target audience. It also might refer to some parties or some anything that's happening in the world right now. But normally we want to have a look at our target audience, and looking at them, we create a content plan. Okay, you can write questions here just now in the chat, questions about home task, okay? That's why I'm answering to these questions right now as I'm revising the home task. If you have any other questions not connected with the home task, put them in the Q&A box. I will 100% answer them, but a little bit later. So do you have any questions about creating a content plan? Because I think this one is a quite an artistic home task. It needs a little bit of art, a little bit of creativity, and we have tons of options how we can make a content. I want to make a screenshot of our beautiful conversation. Just give me a second. As I see a beautiful number of participants, 200 today, and I want to screenshot it for my Instagram. I will definitely show it to everybody in my stories today. So if you don't have questions about creating a content plan, let's go further. I think this one was one of the most interesting tasks, but still we need to go forward to something more complicated. I can't deal with my MacBook. Just a second. Can you explain a bit about content pillar? What if my client don't have per? I need to understand what is per. I think, Sharon, you should finish your question. It's not finished. It looks like it's not finished. Just give me a tiny second. I need to go back to the next model. Okay. Model 1, we have checked. Model 2, how to create a content strategy for the client, how to create a content plan. We just have a look at our target audience, and that's how we understand what should we show exactly this target audience about our product. to make them buy our product. And module 3 is about copywriting, content creation. We need to keep our posts brief and try to make it as understandable for the big audience as possible. I'm not sure we are going to revise all the texts you created. Let's just have a look at one of them, okay? Module 3, I will again show my screen. And after this, we will go to the questions we have. So informational post, entertaining engagement post, and sales post. They're quite short. That's really good because, you know, people don't like to read big texts. This is a huge problem of today's humanity, but still we can write at least something to make it understandable. I like how many images and how wisely you used images in this exercise. Very eye-catching, very well done. I like that you started all the 2 of your posts with an interesting, intriguing question. Also good work. Did you know that 89% of entrepreneurs have a hard time being consistent in business? Definitely, yes. You read it right. Yeah, on business. But worry not. I think we shouldn't, it's impossible to say like this. You should, I think you need to write like, but don't worry. But when you're writing a text, try to check it with some services that are looking for mistakes, okay? Because the text is beautiful, but there are a couple of things you need to fix in it. You're not on this journey alone. Is a vital system ready to give you a hand to solve this issue together? Good. Click the link in my bio to discuss more about what we can do together to scale up your business. Very well. Beautiful call to action at the end. Beautiful question, intriguing in the beginning. Short promise. How can you help? Very well done. Just check this text, please, to find some just grammar problems and errors. Real talk starts now. How many of us are always attracted to opposite version of ourselves, or is it just me? It's hard when I'm. Are you the type attracted to people with the same personality, or are you attached to the opposite version as well? Share your thoughts below. Okay, it might be an engaging post, not an entertaining one. It could be entertaining if you make some jokes about your story life, where you have this problem of being attracted to the opposite version of yourself. That's how it could be entertaining. For now, it's just engaging, but it's still okay. I think it lacks an example, a real example from your life, but still interesting. And the sales post, you're about to miss out. Okay, here is a trigger of missing out at the very beginning. Get ready to achieve your body goals for this summer by joining our special collaboration with Chef Renata and witness a transformation in just 4 weeks. Who said having yummy food prevents you from reaching your body goals? Redeem this special code for 25% discount. Okay, fun diet, no regrets. Okay, there is also a call to action. Very well beginning. I need a little bit more information about the course. For now, I just know that it lasts for 2 weeks and it would be fun. But as a very detailed person, I would need some more details about will there be any exercises? What can I eat? Will we have the chat all together? Will we have video conferences? So a little bit more description of the product will be fine here in the sales post. Okay, so I think we have stopped checking at this point all the home tests and we can come back to our Q&A box. Let me just check the chat if we have anything here. What if my client doesn't have a professional photographer and the client is from different country? Put this question to the Q&A box. I have an answer for you. We will answer to it a little bit later. Please, Sharon, put your question about photographer at the Q&A box. even on informational post, we can add it with something like sales post, right? Definitely, we can make a mixture of entertaining and selling post, of engaging and informational post. We can mix it all together, blend it as you wish. I would say that pure sales posts don't work now. So it's always better to mix your sales with something entertaining or engaging or inspirational and etc. Why the sales post not connected with previous content plan? I don't know why the sales post is not connected with the previous content plan. It should be. It would be nice. It might be for a caption, right? The task mentioned that it should be brief. Yeah, it should be brief, but we still can add some details in the sales post. Okay, guys. I think I finished answering to the questions in the chat, and we will go with Atmaka, to the questions in the Q&A box.
Okay, thank you, Kate, for such a good review. I think we can now proceed to the first incoming question from Devi. Hi, Catherine. Would you please tell us the story of how you began building your FMM agency? It will be great since I myself is still having a little doubt of offering FMM services, since there are a lot of roles in an FMM help of work, from content writing, content creating, editing, engagement, advertisement, etc., should be done. So do you first do it only by yourself, or you already have team since the beginning? And how's your workflow from time to time? Thank you.
Oh, what a beautiful question, Devi. I'm remembering my long way to being an owner of the social media strategy, of the social media agency. And I always love to remember this way because, you know, as now I'm looking at my business, I think, oh, I could do more. Oh, I can grow bigger. Oh, I can go faster. But the questions like this, they bring me back 5 years ago when I was a beginner. And when I answer the questions like this, I can clearly see the way I went through during these 5 years. So thank you so much in advance for this answer, because it brings me so much joy. So how I started. When I started my work as a social media, just social media manager, I was working as a copywriter. I had really, and I have still really good copywriting skills because I'm a journalist. As my education was to the international journalist, I could write well, really, for it was like my passion to write good texts. And then I figured out that I like to write to the journals and magazines and newspapers, etc. But it doesn't reach so much audience. And then I've realized that I can write good text on Instagram for myself. And I started doing it. Then people start come to my text and asking me, oh, can you write a text for my business too? Because I need some help to explain how beautiful my product is and how many beautiful things I can do. And I started just from writing texts to different business owners for their content plans. And after I had like 5 clients, I figured out that I don't have enough time to write all these texts because I was doing everything myself. And at this time, I decided to find somebody who can write as good as I do. And I figured out there are no people who can write as I like it to be written. That's why I created a course. It was my very first course, like 5 years ago. I was teaching people to write, to express their ideas and opinions in written form. And from the best students, I took 2 of them and made them my copywriters. And so we were like little copywriting agency, just me and 2 students. Then clients started to ask me, can you just take our Instagram and publish posts? And I say, I'm not a designer. I don't know how to do it. And they just offered me to find a designer. And that's how your work will be done. And I found one designer. And that's how my agency started. 2 copywriters who were my students, 1 designer. I was paying for each design to this person. And 5 years after it, I have 15 people in my company. I have like 15 again different clients all over the world with really big businesses, a lot of designers, a lot of copywriters, and etc. Just a second. My voice is breaking a little bit. But at the very beginning, I had no idea I can be an owner of the social media agency. This is very important. I have no idea I can have people to whom I will pay salaries, who will work full time for me. I was absolutely not prepared for it. I had no ambitions about it, nothing, but it step by step. My husband coached me a lot because he is a businessman, by the way. He has special education. And when I showed him this little startup I had with 2 copywriters and 1 designer, and it's like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm not sure I can be a person who is a business owner. I was absolutely sure that it's done for some, I don't know, godnesses, for some special privileged woman who definitely is not my cup of tea. And my husband told me, you can try. I really believe in you and I will help you as much as you need. And he was helping with advices. It was very annoying. terrible period of time because I don't like to listen to any advice. I like to do everything myself. That's why I fail in every problem I can, because I don't listen to any advice. But that's how I'm so experienced. I've done all the mistakes you can imagine. Everything was done. So for now, I want to sum up this big way. The things that helped me a lot not to give up on the way and to grow so fast. I'm one of the best students of the School of Entrepreneurs. I'm so good that the owner of this school made me his companion, made me his right hand to help. And at the very beginning, he was teaching me everything connected about social media. So what helped me not to give up? Just simply do. Even if you don't feel inspired, even if you feel like, oh, I need to give up, if you give up, nothing will change, nothing will go better, definitely. So the only rule here is not to give up and go, and you can go slow. Sometimes you can stop, but still keep on going. So this is how I started my way. I was absolutely not prepared to be a social media agency owner. I had no skills about it. I learned every step. I learned every mistake. And now my husband, who is a professional business builder, he works on my agency and he helps us with money and documentary on all of this stuff. So when we started, he had his own business. He gave up his business because it was not so so big and I don't know, dream achieving. And now we work together already for 2 years. We are 2 owners of our agency, and it really gives me a lot of opportunities. I love my work very much. I can be as creative here as I want. I can imagine everything I can imagine, I can do in my work, and that's why I like it. And when you grow, the bigger you become inside, the bigger your clients become. This is very interesting because when I was at the very beginning, I thought, oh, nobody will pay a lot of money, like big money, for creativity. Nobody would do it. And now I understand that the only thing that really is very well paid is your creativity. If you are creative and you can come to any client and say, oh, I have an idea, you will go crazy from this idea, but let's do it. If you have this fire in your eyes, and if you really don't hesitate to represent your ideas, it will be very well paid. Nobody pays for just copywriting or just designs. They pay for these creative insights, and they pay a lot for it. And only if you are ready to have a lot of money from it, the money will come, definitely. So sorry for this long answer, but I just like this question so much.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful and inspiring story, Kate. I think the key takeaway is to always have a courage to start, regardless your situation. Just do whatever thing you love and capable of. Because mistakes are inevitable, challenges, doubts are always there, but the way you shift your mindset to focus on what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Even successful people that will look up also start from zero. So always be brave to start because opportunities can come from anywhere, anytime. Yes, thank you so much, Kate, for your answer. I hope it was helpful for our students. Let's proceed to the next question coming from Siska. How is your strategy to manage luxurious high-end services, like regarding their target audience? Because while I search from IG about the service, most of them does not have many followers and engagement too. I also have difficulty to have more lead to my personal IG and reach out my client. So how I can help my VA client on SMM?
And this is a very also good question. Thank you so much. So how is your strategy to manage luxurious high and service like regarding the target audience? I would say I have a couple of clients who have very luxury audience, like extremely rich people. And it's normal that these Instagram accounts who work for luxuries, high-end services have few people. It's absolutely okay. Because the majority of people in Instagram are middle and a little bit under middle money earners, I would say. So it's absolutely fine that the luxurious brands have small audience. It's okay that they don't have like really a lot of interaction with the audience, because this audience doesn't have a lot of free time. They like to absorb only very high quality content, and etc., etc. For this kind of clients, first of all, I offer like just 10 posts for maximum. Normally, I offer 20 posts for each account of my client, but for clients with luxuries, high-end services, I offer only 10 posts. But we make this post as beautiful, as amazing, as really interesting and eye-catching as possible. I offer not to play a lot with the audience, because this audience doesn't like to play normally, as they don't need any giveaways, any contents, nothing. But this audience really like when you have something special for them, when you can show your special attitude to your client. What do I mean here? I have as a client very luxurious tours, travel tours. They cost approximately $10,000 each course. So it's like a lot. Each $10,000 each trip. It's just amazing how expensive this is. And we are running their Instagram account. And the funny fact here is that the client who is buying this trip, which costs $10,000, they don't need any discounts, because they can pay you any amount of money you want. But they still want a discount, not because they want to save some money, but because they want to see that you treat them specially, that you make this discount only for them. And this audience, this high-end audience, wants to feel this special attitude from each business they use, the services they use. And that's why I offer my clients always promote this special attitude, always show that for you, we will do this, that, and that. For you, we will have some additional program, or I don't know, special guide. We will have free drinks. So not because they need these free drinks, they can't pay for them, but because they want this special free drinks created because you appreciate this audience so much. So my answer here, when you work with the luxuries, high-end services, first of all, congratulations, that's amazing. To start work with such kind of audience, please try to show through the content this special attitude to this luxuries, high-end audience. Try to limit your content because you don't have a lot of the audience of this business doesn't have a lot of time to absorb your content. And when you are creating some reels and etc., try to work with inspirational type of reels, not funny jokes, not any role plays, nothing like this, but try to create these reels as aspirational, as showing this special attitude as possible. And if you want, just a second. If you want to promote this account a little bit more, you should think at what business companies, at what chats maybe, or where this target audience, this luxury target audience goes, at what fitness club, at what, I don't know, beauty salon, and try to buy advertisement from this fitness club, from this beauty salon, etc., etc. You should think, oh, what bloggers do they read, this luxury audience, and try to buy any kind of advertiser from these bloggers. So I hope I helped you a little bit to figure out how to work with luxuries, high-end services. This will be very good experience, and please do it and don't give up here.
Okay, I think what we can learn from Kate's answers is to understand your client's branding strategy better and well, to again understand their personality and what kind of service that you can offer as your unique selling propositions to create a genuine connection with special treatments that will make your offer distinct from the other competitors.
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much, Kate, for answering this question. Again, hopefully it was helpful. Next, let's take a look. Another question from Gianti. Okay, wait. From Ronnie Jansen. Could you tell about how to make weekly or monthly analyst report of clients' IG performance, and what is the component? Thank you,
So normally, Ronnie, I do analysis for monthly or weekly report through special services. I never do it myself. Actually, my team does it through special services. I like to use LiveDune, but there are also tons different apps you can use. What do we put here? What components do we put here? We put the amount of posts we publish, the amount of stories we published, the reach of each post, the reach of the best post we had, the reach of the worst post we have. We try to analyze why this post was such a success, or why this post was such a disaster. What that we do. What else do we put here? We put our engagement rate that our posts reach again. We put best hashtags we used just to remind ourselves that we need to use them again. Also, we put our reels and the average reach of our reels. Sometimes, no, not sometimes, all the time, we also put the number of our new followers. But it's always not such a big number, because we earn new followers only if we do something really, some creative content or some creative activities. At this week's, when we do these creative activities, we track our subscribers every week. But normally, when we don't have any activities, we track our subscribers every month. So I hope I answered your question. These are the components we have. It can vary, but this is the minimum we have for the monthly report. We don't do weekly reports, never. Oh, Atma, you don't have your voice. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Hopefully, that answered your question, Ronnie. So again, it depends on each specific need. I think for more expensive and elaborative explanations, it's better to examine monthly rather than weekly. Is that correct, Kate?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, let's proceed to the question from Yanti. Okay. How can we measure whether our social media performance affect business sales in a given month, what are the metrics? And because some business owners expect an increase in sales.
So thank you for this question. This is a tough question, but normally, first of all, I don't like to subscribe to any sales if the sales is not done through Instagram. If you need to go through Instagram to special link or to the website or to the marketplace, and then your follower buys on the marketplace, it's really hard to track how social media performance influenced the sales. But if we need to do it, there are some special services like Bittrex24. Have you ever heard about it? It's a special CRM program. There are a lot of different CRM programs. They can have this connection through the website to Instagram, and you can follow each subscriber and check how many people from Instagram or from, I don't know, TikTok, from Facebook went to your website and make a purchase there. So there are special CRM systems, but the main part here is that this CRM system should be put to the business website, not by you, but by the business owner. It's his part of the game. And really few business owners do it because these CRM programs cost a lot. They are very difficult to understand. I still struggle with it so much. I hate Bittrex24. We pay, I will tell you, if we pay $3,000 each year for our business Bittrex24, and I still don't use it. I just pay $3,000 and don't use the CRM program. This is a disaster, and I need to fix it. But okay, it's complicated, it costs a lot, and it should be done by the business owner. If your business, Bittrex is expensive. It's expensive and complicated. I hate it, but I still have it. And this is my field to grow, you know? This is my personal challenge to understand how to work with Bittrex. Now I'm just paying for it. What is the name of the CRM program just now mentioned? Bittrex24, it's called. And not every business really needs it. If it's a startup or really small business, they will, I don't think they will have the CRM. But if the business is well known, already a little bit grown up, and they have like normal inside system working, it might have this CRM program. But without CRM program, it's almost impossible to measure media performance effects to the sales. So this is my answer. You can offer your client to download the CRM program, pay for it, and figure how it works.
Okay. So I think this is one of the concerns they also faced by newbie social media manager. But do you think for those students who are new in this field, is it necessary for them to be able to master this aspect? Or do you usually need some other divisions to work together for this sales?
I think that as a beginner, you don't need to answer for sales. You don't need to answer. You don't need to be responsible about the sales. You should be responsible for the growing of the account, of the amount of subscribers, the reach you have, etc., etc. Then, if you want to work with sales and if you want to be able to anyhow make the impact on the sales, you need to understand how the selling process works, how the psychology of selling works. And I would say that you need to understand some skills of producers in social media. So it's not the field for the beginners, the sales. It's a field for a little bit more experienced social media manager who also have skills of a producer, of a storyteller, and sales psychologist, I would say. So, yeah, or for target, yes, definitely. You can influence anyhow sales, if you turn on the target. But at this field, you need to have the skills of the targetologist. And again, it's not a game for beginners. As a beginner, let's make good content. Let's make this content as viral as possible. Let's make this content as appropriate for our target audience as possible. If you want to understand how sales work and how influence the sales, it's just next level, next step. Let's do it step by step and have practice in the content making.
Okay, great. So if you're a beginner, don't worry, folks. Just take one step at a time. But if you want to update yourself with such knowledge, I think it's going to be beneficial for your career in the future. All right.
Yeah. This is a question I want to answer. Sales would not be SMM KPI, right? It's a question from Vesti. It might be SMM KPI, but this SMM should be so highly paid, you have no idea. If sales is a part of your KPI, you should have percent from these sales. And this percent should be high, like 10%. So it's not beginner's way. It might be in the KPI, but not for the beginners. Okay?
Okay, great answer. Okay. Thank you, Kate, for answering and clarifying. Now let's take a look at the next questions from Amalia. Hi, Kate. I just want to know, what did you put in the portfolio when first reaching out to clients when you don't have an experience? Can you put mock-up projects in your portfolio? If yes, where do you get this kind of mock-up projects?
Amalia, that's a good question. Thank you. As a beginner, I was selling my services with no portfolio. I didn't even know you can have a portfolio in this field. I have never seen it. I was absolutely zero in all presentations and etc. I was a very chaotic, artistic, and creative person with zero portfolio. The thing I had were my texts, which were written in different newspapers, which were published in different newspapers, magazines, websites, etc. Some of them were even unpublished. I just written them in my document on my notebook. And when I was selling my services to the first clients, I was just showing this text saying, I can write like this. If you like it, I can take your Instagram. So it was, times were easier a little bit. Not so many people actually had portfolio this time. Already, almost nobody had portfolios at this time, so I didn't need them. For now, I have portfolio for 200 slides of my different projects I created on social media. I can, if we have time, I can show you the part of my portfolio to inspire you a little bit. Do I have time? How do you think, guys? Should I show you the part of my portfolio?
Yeah, sure. I think that would be a great idea. Kate, feel free to share your.
Yeah, I think so. Just give me a second. I have special assistant who helps me to create this big portfolio. I send, not me, but my sales manager sends this portfolio to all our potential clients. And after seeing this portfolio, almost 100% of potential clients want to call me and to discuss their projects. So for now, it's really important to create your portfolio. If you have any experience, even home task from this course is a part of your portfolio, put it there. Even lesson with me when I answered your question could be the part of your portfolio. Anything that shows that you like this process, that you like being social media manager, and you have done something, anything in this field, can be part of your portfolio. It's not obligatory to have some astonishing results to put them at your first slides. Absolutely not. So I started just showing my text, nothing else. So I will show you how my portfolio looks now. This is a presentation, and you can see that I have, let's go here, I don't know. I have so many parts of it. I have 138 different slides for different businesses, where I show before, after our workshops, how much cover our reels have, how many subscribers we got, how many channels I create for my clients, how many feedback we receive from our subscribers. So I ask my assistant to put in my portfolio, to put in the portfolio of my social media agency, almost every single movement which was successful we do for our clients. That's why we have so many different slides, so many different metrics. By the way, this one is my first client I had like 5 years ago. This is my first portfolio piece ever. This is eBay. We created a lot of creative things for them. So this is how the portfolio looks. The secret here is that we track all our interesting ideas, all our resolvings for our clients' needs every month. And every month we add like 1 or 2 slides to this portfolio. And that's how it works like. And after my potential client receives this portfolio, he understands that we can do almost everything. We have experience in so many different fields. We have created so much really beautiful content. All these photo shoots were made from zero. We have only idea, then we bought the boat. I was owner of the boat. We bought the flowers. We invited different bloggers to these photo shoots, and it was a huge success. So you can see that we put everything in this portfolio, just everything. And at the end, we have my contacts. So after watching just this impressive amount of information, impressive amount of cases, business owner starts calling me, offering their business to our agency. So I hope it was useful for you to have a look at our portfolio. And again, I started just showing my texts. This was my first portfolio ever.
Okay, cool. Yes, I think communication skill is also something that we need to cultivate and develop, because it's one of most important things in how you convey your message, how you present yourself in front of potential clients. So again, always practice your elevator pitch so that clients can feel convinced when you offer your services. But I understand many beginners out there may have this specific concern when they try to approach potential clients. So Kate, do you think it's a good idea if they try to create a sample work from their potential client's account and offer to the potential clients to just kind of like give some credentials that they are actually capable in doing the task? What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I think it's a very good idea, because first of all, it will show your skills. And second, it will show your wish to work with this client. And this is even more interesting for me as a business owner than the first one, because skills, I can fix your skills. I can fix almost everything you can't do, but I can't impact anyhow on the fire in your eyes, on this desire to work for me. So if you already come to me as for business owner with this desire to work for me, I'm more likely to take you, even if you're not skilled enough. And this is absolutely true, because now I'm hiring every month 1 new manager for my company, because we are growing very fast. And when I'm searching the market to find this one person I want to hire, I prefer to take people who are not so experienced, not so skilled, but they are very active with this fire. They want to work, they want to practice, they want to show their creativity. Even they're not really experienced, I can teach them. I really can teach anything. We have all the templates. I'm a teacher. First of all, I can do anything, and I can explain almost anything, but I can't light this fire without it already being somewhere inside their eyes. So yes, you can show sample. It will show your skills, and definitely it will show your desire to work with this business.
Okay, great. So yeah, I think that could be one of the alternatives that you can try, everyone. because it really shows your dedication and willingness to work together, collaborate with the potential clients, and it will help the potential clients see your talents instead of just offering certain cover letter or elevator pitch. Okay, thank you so much, Kate, and I hope that was helpful to our students as well. Okay, next questions from Ariani Sugyati. Hi, Kate. Do you ever, when you already have a content planner for clients and then your clients improvise their post, let's say in IG story, their post not following our content plan. However, it can show our client personal life, which also might be good for their account. What do you think about it?
This is a good question. Thank you so much. First of all, when I'm communicating with the client and when I'm showing my content strategy and at the content strategy, I try to cover all possible options we can show in the content. And I like to discuss beforehand, do our client want to publish something himself or no? So I try, it might happen, but for me, it would not be the surprise because I have already discussed this option, this possibility when we are discussing content strategy. So normally it happens. And for me, it's not a surprise. This is the answer. So if you're working with a personal brand, I would offer you definitely give this space to your client to publish time to time something about the person, because it would make this personal brand more alive, more real and more interesting. So I think this is a good option, but it should be discussed.
Okay, great. Yeah, according to what Kate just said, yeah, I think it helps increase reliability so that the audience can see the real interaction that happens in daily circumstances, not just the product or service that are offered in the account. Okay. Thank you so much for the questions, Ariani. And then let's moving on to Amalia's questions. Hi, Kate. Can you give insights of which business sectors will thrive in social media platforms other than IG? For example, in Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. Also, how do you strategize in managing the social media platforms?
Oh, this is a big question. Okay. Let me think about it. Can you give insights of which business sectors will thrive in social media platforms other than Instagram? I like to offer, it highly depends on the business, of course, yeah? And it highly depends on the target audience. Before I start posting anything or offering anything, I try to create the social media management strategy to each of our accounts. And in this strategy, I analyze target audience. And after I analyze it, I go to have a look at all social medias I know. And I try to follow to choose for my client those social media platforms which have the majority of our target audience. So let's have an example. Yeah, when we are talking about like big businesses, for example, especially not so legal businesses in Russia, it's for example gambling. I will definitely not offer a business owner of a gambling company Instagram or Vkontakte, which is very popular in Russia, because in Instagram gambling is a gray niche. It's not so legal to have it, and people who are really deep into gambling, they don't spend too much time on Instagram. They discuss gambling, they go to gambling, I don't know, and they have communities about gambling only in Telegram. That's why I will offer to my client only Telegram, because Instagram will not bring them any of their target audience representatives. Vkontakte will close their page very fast because in Russia gambling is absolutely prohibited. Facebook might work. So if we have any potential, what is gambling? Online casino. Let's have it like this. It's online gaming connected with casino and kind of this stuff. So especially for these clients, the only appropriate answer will be Telegram. On the other side, we have a coffee shop, and people who come to coffee shop, they are big fans of Instagram. They like these fancy pictures, they like this atmosphere, beautiful reels. It's just inappropriate to offer to the coffee shop owner Telegram channel. Nobody subscribed to the Telegram channel of a coffee shop. That's why I offer for them only Instagram and maybe TikTok, because here in Georgia, for example, TikTok works very well. TikTok gives a lot of free traffic. We send each other different TikToks. There are a lot of TikTok bloggers who like to drink coffee. I can invite them to our coffee shop and etc. So it differs. It highly depends on the business, what social media channels I would offer to this business. And it needs my, inside, how to tell it, just a second. I need to have a deep conversation with a business owner to understand target audience and to understand in what social media platforms this target audience is represented. So I can't give you universal advice that every business should be in Instagram. Not like every. I can't give you advice that every business should be in TikTok. No, because some of representatives of the target audience might not use TikTok at all, but they can use Telegram as an example of gambling. So it depends. Do you have any tips or helps with how to smoothly create this content? This is already a different question. And I think I haven't answered the second part of this question. Just a second, I want to check. Okay, I think I answered it, but if you want to have some more details, you can write me the addition to this question, okay?
Okay, great. Yeah, I think you have answered the question, Kate. So it comes back to the certain aspects such as demographics, age, genders, and certain, I think, regulations, laws that are set in certain countries. So yes, thank you so much, Kate, for answering that questions. Moving on to the next question from Rita. Hi, Kate. In creating content from your ideas, you said even you sometimes need some days of a week or a week to create content from complex ideas. Do you have any tips or hacks in how to smoothly create those contents? Or what do you usually do to help yourself to turn that complex idea into a content that you feel just right?
Oh, this is also a beautiful question. Thank you. Look, when I'm telling that sometimes I need a week to create some complicated idea, it normally refers to my personal account. I have my personal account. I like time to time to improve it, to make some complicated reels, etc., etc. As I'm really busy person with a lot of projects, with this Indonesian school, with also School of Entrepreneurs I'm the head of, etc., etc. Normally my Instagram is on the last place. Like I don't have so much time for my Instagram to develop it and to create all my ideas and to reveal my creativity to my Instagram, because these main projects occupy all my free time. So to help myself with still creating something creative for my Instagram, because I feel like I need it, especially when it's something really complicated, I try not to push myself, because if I do, I will be burnt out so fast. I try to delegate as much parts of the complicated idea as possible. So when I see that I need something complicated in design, for example, or something complicated in editing, I try to find a person who can make it instead of me, or who can make it better than I do. And I prefer to maybe even to pay a little bit to this person, or to have some collaboration but to delegate this part of the work to somebody who is more passionate about or who has more free time to make it. And this is one of the biggest skills you will learn being a social media manager. Sometimes you should to delegate your tasks to somebody who is better skilled than you are, or who simply has more time than you to create this idea. Just let me check again this question. How smoothly create this content? Collaborate, delegate, don't push yourself too hard. But times to times remind yourself that you will never be younger than today. So if you want to have this beautiful video of yourself, it's better to do it right now, because tomorrow you will get a little bit older, and again and again and again. What do you do usually to help yourself to turn that complex idea into content that you feel just right? I just ask for help. If I don't have free time myself, I just ask for help. And that's it. Let's go further.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next question from Rosa. Hi, can you share about managing TikTok account? What the difference with managing Instagram? Is there any specific strategy? Because interestingly, free live webinar of PMP certification preparations for project management gains more viewers in TikTok. Okay, what did you?
Because TikTok is a beautiful young platform, which is very generous, talking about traffic. TikTok likes to give free traffic to content creators. And if you want to start your personal blog, you definitely, I would offer you to start with TikTok, because Instagram, it gives, I would say it's more complicated to gain new audience, new subscribers, and make your audience go, your content go viral in Instagram. It's really more complicated. TikTok, I don't know, in genes or settings, they work that any part, almost any content which is well done will go viral. So definitely start with TikTok if you want to see fast results. But there is a problem that audience in TikTok grows very fast, but they are not used to buy anything from TikTok. Audience in Instagram grows very slow. Very few of your videos will be viral, but this audience in Instagram is used to buy products and services from Instagram. That's what you should understand. If you want to be popular and have a lot of followers and discussions and comments and don't want to sell anything, you go to TikTok and you will grow very fast. But if you have a business and you need money, you need this money flow in your business, and you need really real fans of your business, you preferably also have an Instagram. I like to have both of these channels, because part of me wants to be popular and wants to have this 10,000 views, 100 views, and etc. for my videos. That's why I like to publish in TikTok. But the part of me still wants to eat and to have some money and etc. And that's why I also have my Instagram account where I can sell something, and people are more likely to buy in Instagram. So I would say you need both of these channels for different needs you have for yourself or for your business. Is there any specific strategy? You should publish every day in TikTok. You should publish every day, especially at the very beginning, because you should find your style, you should find your voice. You should understand what videos go viral, what the audience wants, what do you want to tell to the audience. And to make this journey a little bit faster, you need to practice every day. That's it.
Okay, great. Okay, proceeding to the next question from Lenny. Hi, Kate. Can we know what is the payment method from most of your clients? Is it by hour or monthly basis based on the project? And if the clients want to do it by hours, how we give the proof to the clients?
Okay, thank you, Lenny. I never work by hour, never ever, and I don't offer you to work by hours, because creativity can't be measured in hours. you can have a brilliant idea in 1 second, just scrolling your reels, and that's it. Or you can be desperate for a week, sitting in front of a white sheet of paper, having not a one idea. Should you be paid for this week of doing nothing? Or should you be equally paid for this 1 second of this brilliant idea you had? So we never work with payment by hours. We have a payment on a monthly basis. And normally I try to connect my payment on the monthly basis to the amount of work we need to do. So, for example, of course, when the client for whom I publish 20 posts a week, a month, and 10 reels a month, pay more than a client to whom we create only 10 posts. Also, it connects on how many platforms we work, because sometimes we have just Telegram and that's it. 20 posts just for Telegram. We have special amount for money for this. Sometimes we have 10 posts, but we repost it to Instagram, to TikTok, to VC, to Facebook, and etc., etc. I have some additional payment for each of reports, but I don't have fixed price for my services. So what does it mean? When a new client comes to us, I have a very deep conversation with this client about every part of the business, about plans, about services, etc., etc. I collaborate with my team, the content strategy, the big document for this client, how we think content should work, what is target audience, what should we do, who are our bloggers, etc., etc. And based on this strategy, I offer the amount of content I think will be appropriate for this client to create, and I put my price for how much money on monthly basis we want with our creative team to have for this content. And it differs from client to client, because 20 posts for beauty studio differs a lot from 20 posts to Bionicle project studio, which create complicated equipment. And creativity, which I need to use for manicure studio, really differs from the creativity, from the amount of creativity I need to use to promote some gambling online casino guys. So I don't have fixed price. This is the biggest insight I want to share. I look at the project and I ask myself, okay, we need to make for them this, that, and that. What amount of salary will inspire me enough to do it? And I put this number. Of course, I count all the costs, but also I ask myself, I want to be inspired, and this is very honest about the client. I want to be inspired by your project. That's why this is my number.
Okay, cool. Do you have any suggestions for our students who are beginners and maybe approached by their relatives or friends or acquaintances, and then asked to create maybe only 1 or 2 reels or maybe 1 or 2 posts? Do you think it's best to charge per hour, or again per items? What do you think about that for those of them who do not work in agency or big team?
Can you repeat your question from the beginning? I think I was missing out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So for our students who are beginners, who don't work in agency or team, and maybe approached by their relatives or friends, where they are asked to create only 1 or 2 posts or maybe 1 or 2 reels, do you think it's best for them to also charge according to the number of posts or per hour? Which one do you think suits best for beginners?
I think it's still, I don't like this hour payment, because I think it's not honest in all the meanings. I like to charge, and I offer you to charge from the real pieces of material, of content you promise to create. So you can think to yourself like, okay, I need to make 1 reels. what amount of money will inspire me enough to really do my best to create these reels, to make a good quality work, to make the research, to inspire myself, I don't know, looking at the competitors, to learn some new skills if I need to learn them for creating these reels. What will be this inspiring amount of money? And you put this amount of money, doesn't matter who asks you to create these reels, your relative, your friend, your business owner, it doesn't matter. Never work for free, and never make discounts for your friends, because this is the best way to destroy your friendship. Please work as professionals. Your friend who loves you should support you as a professional. So why should they pay less to you?
Okay. Yeah, great answers. Yeah, I think that's something that we need to consider, folks, when we try to create even a single post. How much time do you need to spend, the resources, the knowledge, and everything? And according to what Kate said, always work professionally. It's not about friends or family, so we have to have courage. This is another message that we always have to remind ourselves that we work professionally. Our creativity is definitely something that we also have to appreciate.
Yeah, and I want to underline this idea about paying full price for your friends. You are the biggest support to your friend. You should pay full price to support their business, their beginnings. You should pay them full price to make them capable to buy all the learnings, I don't know, education and etc. they want to buy. And I have a beautiful example. I have a very good friend here in Georgia. She is also a business owner, and she is a psychologist. And sometimes she asked me to help her with her psychological promotion in social media. And sometimes I ask her to help me with some of the questions I have about my employees or clients and etc. And we have this decision that when we come to each other, even if it's a friendly coffee drink anywhere, but if in the middle of this coffee drink, I need her professional skills, I ask you, okay, let's now for 30 minutes, you are not my friend, you're a professional, I will pay for it, so give me advice. And this is very honest. And when she comes to me, even if we have a dinner or a coffee and anything, and she asks, okay, for now, I don't need you as a friend, I need you as a professional. Can you help me with this, I don't know, creative idea? Can you give me an idea how to develop something? And in this moment, I stop being her friend, I start being a professional, and this is fully paid. And this is our decision we have, because we want to support each other. We don't want to make our friend work for us for free. It might sound weird, but it helps a lot to make your relationship crystal clear and very strong.
Okay, yes. So always know how to position yourself, everyone, and assert boundary since the beginning. I think that's really important because nowadays some beginners may have this tendency to feel they kind of like to people please and not being confident enough in offering the service because they feel they lack of confidence and think that, oh, I should charge lower, or I don't have to, like give my best ability, when in fact, yeah, it takes experiment and always respect and appreciate your talent, no matter how it is. Okay, thank you so much, Kate, for sharing your point of views. Next question from Intan. Hi, Kate. You said we have collaborate and delegate for the task or work that we cannot do, but what if we, as beginners, have not enough budget for paying another person, considering beginner's rate is quite low?
You just need to find the same beginner at this field. You have not enough skills, and he needs practice. You need practice. You can have this collaboration. You do it for me, I do something for you, not for free, but for some skills, some help, some piece of advice, anything. So it's I think it's never about the money, really. It's about your communication skills. You can come to the same beginner and ask, okay, I need your skills here. I can offer you this, that, and those. I can't offer you money, I'm sorry, but I can offer you opportunities. I can offer you, I don't know, free promotion on my Instagram or anything. Just imagine what you can do. So for me, having not enough money was never a problem when I need to find anybody to help me do anything. And my biggest case study was about Russian government coming to my company and asking us to make a really big advertising company, really huge advertising company for some of their holidays or something. And there was a very interesting rule. Russian government has a lot of money, really, yeah. But they said, this is a tiny problem. I said, okay, what is a tiny problem? We can't pay to any publication you will create for us. So they can pay to my company, they can pay for my skills, for my copywriters and designers, but I needed to publish their content in a very big bloggers accounts, publishing accounts, and the groups of people, but I can't pay for it. Do you understand how complicated the task was? Russian government had money, but they couldn't pay because it was illegal. And they said, you need to make 300 publications in different huge blogs, but you should make these people publish this content for free. And it was the biggest case we created. I said, it's very complicated. We need time to think about it. And this was the biggest creative process we've ever had. So we had 300 bloggers, big bloggers, millionaires bloggers, which me and my team had to ensure to publish our content for free, and we did it. And we got 3 million reach for this content that we needed to publish. And you see here, it's again was not about the money. It was about our communication skills. We were communicated with these bloggers for a week. We were having different communicating approach for each of these bloggers, and all of them published our content for free. And they normally publish for really like a big amount of money. The advertisement in their blogs costs thousands and thousands of dollars. So just offer win-win solution. Offer something interesting for them.
Yes, that's correct. Even some of alumni of SGVVA course also form their sort of mini groups, consist of different types of people who have different expertise. So someone who has a knack in graphic design and collaborate with someone who has a knack or talent in copywriting, and they can just create and collaborate with each other to help and again create a very high quality content. So yes, always have a willingness to create connection and work together, collaborate with each other. Okay, so surprisingly, that was the last question of today's session, Kate. So
congratulations to us.
Yes. So do you have any closing statement or maybe some inputs for our students?
Yeah, of course. I want to inspire you to practice. Just even if you are not confident enough, not sure, self-assured enough, etc. I want to inspire you all to have your personal brand. That's something that will really help you a lot when you will be selling your services and etc. Your personal brand is something where you can start your practice, creating your first reels, posts, looking at the settings, etc. So it's a very good field for practice, and it's a very good place where you can collect all these people who want to support you, your friends, your family members, even these students who are here now on this online webinars. They also can be your first subscribers. Please support each other. If you have a big chat or something, subscribe to each other. There are already 171 people here. It means that here are 171 potential subscribers to your personal brand account. And 171 people who can watch your stories, that's quite a lot, by the way. So please start practice immediately. Don't think that there will be better times for me to practice. There won't be, definitely. Time will get harder. You will have lack of the time. You will get older. I don't know. The world will change so many times. So the best timing is right now. When everything is fresh in your mind, when you have all the ideas in your mind for now, just go and make them right now. Have not reviewed the reels because I don't have access to your reels in the model 4. You can tag me on your reels in Instagram and I will comment in Instagram on them, okay? I will give you my comments when you tag me in Instagram. Let's do like this. How do you think? Or do you want to spend like more 10 minutes and I can give comments on the reels? You have tagged me right now, but I think it will be complicated. So tag me in your reels. I will give my comment and give my feedback right in the Instagram, okay? I think that's all for today. I'm super happy to see you today. Thank you for this beautiful lesson. I'm happy we answered all the questions. Still, if you have any questions, I will repeat my my Instagram again for you. I always forget how it's written. It's like written like this. Yeah. Okay, Katerina, thank you for the knowledge for 4 weeks. Thank you guys for listening to me. I hope you are inspired enough to start your beautiful journey in social media. And you know, you inspire me so much to have my Instagram in English. I will think about it. Maybe I will create my Instagram English account to make you understand what I'm talking about, because I talk so much on my Instagram and I show so much on my Instagram. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, yes, that's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much to those of you who have tuned in until the end of the sessions and asked many insightful questions. I hope that everything explained and taught in this section has been beneficial and provided you with a better understanding of social media management. So for those of you who joined the session late or experienced network issues, don't worry, you can still rewatch the recording, which will be shared in the official SGBVA group tomorrow or maybe on Monday. So stay tuned and thank you once again for today. A big thank you to Kate and the team for today's session. I wish you all a happy Saturday and goodbye everyone for now. See you again in another opportunity.
Goodbye. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend.